This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here's what's making headlines in Armenia today. Delegations from Azerbaijan and Turkey are taking part in the NATO Parliamentary Assembly's 108th Rose-Roth Seminar, which opened in Yerevan today and will last for 2 days. Kocharyan, head of Armenia's delegation to the Assembly, said Ankara and Baku's participation is important for fostering dialogue and cooperation on the path toward regional peace. Ultimately, if we are talking about peace, we must start with words, and NATO's platform is one of the best places to deliver these words, Kocharyan said, noting that the seminar's agenda was developed with Armenian input. According to Kocharyan, Armenia, as an associate member of the NATO Parliamentary Assembly, has recently gained expanded powers within the body. He stressed that cooperation with NATO over the years has contributed to reforms in Armenia's armed forces and strengthened its security system, adding that without these programs, ensuring transparency in the military would have been difficult. Numerous programs have been implemented over the years, and they remain ongoing. These have been very useful for Armenia's security system, he said. Speaking on the sidelines of the seminar, Turkish lawmaker Fatma Aksal expressed hope that ongoing peace talks between Armenia and Azerbaijan will soon lead to the regional stability and the opening of borders. Turkey, Armenia and Azerbaijan are neighbors, and today a new page is opening for normalization and future development. We encourage the peace process between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Everyone will benefit from this peace, as it is important not only for individual states, but for the entire South Caucasus, Aksal said. She also recalled Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan's recent visit to Turkey and noted that in the coming months there will be a real chance to open the border between the countries, shuttered since 1993. We hope the door will open soon, and we will have trade and cultural ties. This is important not only for Armenia and Turkey, but for the entire region, she said. Armenia and Azerbaijan fully recognize each other's territorial integrity, Murad Muradov, an Azerbaijani delegate, said at the event. He added, "We are confident that the peoples of both countries oppose the conflict and are ready to begin normalizing relations. I am glad to be able to visit Armenia. This is a sign that we are on the right path. They have positive intentions and a genuine desire to complete this long peace process," Muradov said. The Rose-Roth program is a NATO Parliamentary Assembly initiative that organizes seminars in non-NATO countries in partnership with the host nation's parliament. These events bring together lawmakers from member and partner states, along with independent experts, to discuss regional security issues. In addition to the seminars, the program includes training opportunities for members of parliament, with a strong focus on strengthening parliamentary oversight of defense and the military. Marta Kos, the European Union's Enlargement Commissioner, visited Armenia last week. In Yerevan, she met with Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan and members of the government, including Interior Minister Arpine Sargsyan, who leads talks on visa liberalization with the EU. On Saturday, at a press conference attended by CivilNet, Kos spoke about Armenia's path towards EU membership, the commitments between Yerevan and Brussels, and assistance for refugees from Karabakh. Kos highlighted the agreement reached last month at the White House, where Prime Minister Pashinyan and Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev signed a peace declaration and pledged to unblock regional communications. She compared the potential future reconciliation between Armenia and Azerbaijan to how European countries, once wartime adversaries, chose to cooperate after the Second World War, eventually building the foundations of the European Union. Kos underlined that the EU is open to welcoming new members, including Armenia. It is our responsibility to help you, get you prepared on this rigorous and long process, implementing everything that is needed to be done on your European way, Kos said. She also addressed concerns that Georgia's sidelining from EU accession due to its government's democratic backsliding might affect Armenia's chances. Every country has its own development on the European path, and it is merit-based, she said, noting that developments in Georgia cannot directly impact Armenia's prospects, as long as Yerevan maintains momentum in reforms and continues to pursue its European aspirations. While acknowledging that full membership remains a distant goal, she stressed that the process of introducing reforms to align with EU standards is beneficial in itself, helping countries advance and see results long before membership is achieved. Kos acknowledged that she did not raise the issue of the return of Armenian refugees with Azerbaijani officials during her visit to the country last week. However, she noted that she discussed the situation of Karabakh Armenians with the Armenian government, highlighting that the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development and the European Union are expanding support for refugee-founded businesses in Armenia. Earlier on Friday, Kos announced an additional EU tranche of more than $230 million aimed at supporting business sustainability, transport, and digitization in Armenia. She also noted that since 2021, the EU has already mobilized almost $3 billion in investments for Armenia. Follow the link below if you wish to watch the full press conference. And finally, the ＳիվիլՆեթ number of the day is 34. This is because Armenia celebrated its 34th Independence Day yesterday, with the date chosen because on that day in 1991, a referendum was held in the country, in which 99.5% voted to leave the Soviet Union. The anniversary was marked with fireworks and a military orchestra marching through the streets of Yerevan. And as always, please follow ＳիվիլՆեթ for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.